It's not the end of the world, I guess.
By the way, Aurora coming in saying, couldn't repeat, boys. Well played to hype. Let's go, Carter, man. That's good sportsmanship. I'd love to see that from the NSL winners.
Yeah, champ. That's still a deep-ass run. What, he made it to round 3 or 4? Like, that's still pretty good, dude. I wouldn't be sad about that. Deeper than I've ever ran in a tournament for damn sure, dude. So, that's all I have to say about that.
Man? We make the finals of every night.
Oh! I love it. All right. That's a good point. Okay, but let's pop off to this because it is a ZVZ and who the hell knows what's about to happen. Our blue Zerg player in the bottom left-hand corner of the map coming at us from Clan Just. It is Carter.
And his opponent, the pink Zerg in the top right of Overgrowth here, it is Pinecone.
Oh, man. Okay, so no early pulls or anything too crazy. We're off to a gentleman's ZVZ. That's cool to see, I guess.
Yeah.
I was trying to get introductions out of the way in case some crazy shit went down, but it doesn't look like we're going to get that. But that's all right.
Yeah, I know. Neither pool. But we did see from Carter, at least in last week's NSL, that usually he's a macro player, like almost strictly every game macro. But we did see an early Roach Ravager build out of him against Terran. I know this is ZVZ, but still, it really showed that Carter is, adapting his play. And so I really like to see that, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And Pinecone too, man. This is the first time that Pinecone has been casted. He's entered in our tournaments before, but we haven't been able to pick him up. So I've never seen him play, and the dude is a monster. I was so impressed with the way he held that cannon rush earlier on, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, yeah. So the first time getting to see him, it's pretty cool to see. And I wish we could say more about Pinecone, but I gotta be good, man. So I'm just gonna chill, but
so many announcements that are like if they were achievements in Xbox or something, they would be 75% complete.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus, we are so close to finishing up some of these big things on the horizon for the Nydus.
I know we keep teasing things, but let's just say we have another huge announcement. As if the $300 worth of open tournaments wasn't big enough for you guys. We got some more coming, so just stay tuned. And again, that Super Clan War is going to be badass too, if we could just talk about that real quick, man.
Yeah, go for it, man. You got all the info, and we just got some speed coming up from both players. Yeah. Absolutely nothing crazy, no Baneling Nest or anything like that. So go ahead and take a minute to talk about that.
Well, I just run over it really fast and just give the teams. It's going to be Eastloth, Imperative Gaming, Psystorm, and Revo.gg. So, I mean, those are 4 really big teams with semi-pro and professional players. And they're going to be duking it out for $50. So, I mean, sure, it's not going to change anyone's life or anything. But that's enough of a prize pool to where we should see some pretty high-level games, man. So, I'm just very excited about that. And Clan War is my personal favorite. So, I'm just kind of pushing that while we have a bit of a lull, I guess. But it shouldn't last too long. Carter kind of coming in for a scout more than anything else.
Yep, gonna see if he can pick up. He does get at least 1 drone, so that's pretty nice. But as you said, the scout's the most important thing here. He will see the timing of the Baneling Nest.
Yeah.
And Pinecone hasn't had any vision of Carter yet, so he doesn't really know what he's getting into.
Yeah, he has that one Overlord that's kind of halfway out in the middle of the map. But yeah, you're right. He doesn't really know anything what he's getting into. And the only other thing I wanted to just go over really quick before I forget. Next week, we will be having a Saturday tournament. It will be for Plats and Diamonds, but it will be at a completely different time. To try to cater to some EU players, we're going to run it a full 6 hours earlier. So that'll be 12 p.m. Mountain Time. So yeah, way earlier.
Absolutely, guys. We're going to do that once the last Saturday of every month. By the way, Pinecone coming in, getting his own scout. I think he's going to be able to get he does get it off.
Yeah.
But we're going to do it the last Saturday of every month to make sure that, like you said, we can account for the EU players. But just make sure not to get tripped up by that. We'll try and be as active on Reddit, but we don't want to get too spammy with it, So we will make sure to make mention that, a couple of times, hey, this is happening at a different time slot. But this is the only time per month that it'll happen. So.
Yeah, the best way to get notifications to that is to follow our Twitter. No, I'm just kidding, dude. I'm not gonna do shout anymore. We've already done it way too many times. But this ZVZ is well underway, and we no longer have to just make up nonsense. Because a bunch of Banes are coming in for Mr. Pinecone, and Carter's trying to send some lings across the map and try to find out what damage he can do too. So yeah, we are off into the ZVZ fun stuff. Oh, Pinecone getting a huge surround though on both of these queens. Good transfuse from Carter though.
This is freaking massive, man, as these Banelings are slow, but will start to make their way into the map. Now, Pinecone just really has to delay, run around with these lings, be as confusing and distracting as possible.
Yeah.
The real story is these Baneling hits. Hopefully, Pinecone gets some good ones, doesn't miscontrol.
Oh, no! Okay, I thought they were all going to crash into the queen, and it looked like there for a minute they were about to. Oh, but he was able to pull him away. That was some good drone splits from Carter, though. Only losing 3 drones to that is, I mean, 3 drones is 3 drones, but it's not the end of the world, I guess. Could have been a hell of a lot worse. Oh, again, taking out a drone. Man.
That's a big Baneling hit, though, man. And Carter does pull his drones off, but ultimately those Banelings only getting 3 drones and a couple of lings, man. But it looks like even more aggression coming out from Pinecone.
Yeah, Pinecone has started the straight-up flood. Carter's going to try to wall his way in and see what he can get done behind this, as he is trying to pop 7 roaches, and they should all come out at about the same time here in just a second. But I don't know that it's going to be enough yet, man. Pinecone is just committing completely behind this.
There is a good amount of roaches, but I just don't think this is going to be enough. And even if it is, the damage is done by the natural going down. These Banelings are going to crash into a couple of things, and this Broodling should be helpful. But Pinecone, oh man, he's going to get a decent surround on those roaches. So Carter may be able to clean this up, but I don't think he's going to be able to. Yeah, well, he does have his 3rd down, so that can act as his natural for now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's not out of it just yet. He's just, you know, on the back foot now. As Pinecone already has his 3rd up and running, but Carter should be able to plug this hole, Kappa, and just. Oh, as I say that though, the lings just pour around the side, and they're gonna
they're gonna have Turd Circler's curse, man.
I know. I need to just stop calling shit. My bad, guys. My bad. But no, I think he'll be able to clean this up. And as you said, he does have that other base over there, so all is not lost for Carter.
Yep. Pinecone is eventually going to be cleaned up in here. Carter does have a significant amount of roaches now, so he should be able to look at like these small ling run-bys. I think Pinecone should probably back up and maybe stop or go to the 3rd where there's no creep for the roaches to get to it.
Regroup a little bit, yeah.
Is he going to shut this down? He does cancel from Carter, so that's pretty nice. But Carter now has enough roaches to be able to hold off these kind of small packs of lings. I think Pinecone probably should back up in macro, you know?
Yeah, but the one thing that Pinecone does have going for him is that he did manage to do some pretty heavy macro behind this. It's 39 drones to 27, so that's going to come into play here in a minute. And his layer's starting. Okay, so Carter has his as well too. Let me just kind of catch up with the game here. Fucking ZVZs, man.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I know, right?
So Pinecone is dropping his Roach Warren behind this too. So.
Yep. I gotta say, he does have a couple of spine crawlers coming up just outside of his natural, which should help him with any sort of roach push coming out. It looks like maybe Carter may be poking out. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
But Pinecone's starting to get the saturation up on that 3rd, and that's really gonna help him start to outproduce his opponent.
Yep. So Pinecone saw this coming in. He's gonna know it's coming in. It looks like he chose to get a couple spines. Maybe he's gonna try to get this around, but I don't think without +1 that's not gonna work, dude. This is too many roaches. Ooh, and Carter catching him, moving across the map too.
Yep. I kind of like this from Pinecone, though, because either the roaches don't see you and you get a full ling run by, or the roaches do see you and you do exactly what he's doing here and pull them back, which gives Pinecone even more time to try and, macro or build units, whatever he wants to do across the map.
Yeah, for sure. And exactly how you said it, pulling him back is just as good as preventing the attack, because now you're just withdrawing the forces and you're trying to get a little bit of economic damage done behind this too, because 5 drones went down. So that was a good run by, all at the cost of just a couple lings that probably would have got picked off either way. But Carter's starting to get a scary number of roaches behind this, man.
Yep, absolutely.
Like this
as you
push
said
is gonna be
earlier,
big.
though, Pinecone does, he did bring his Roach Warren down not too long ago. Right now, if the fight was to happen, he would probably lose a number of roaches. But more roaches being reinforced now, and Pinecone, I gotta say, I'm really liking his position, man.
Yeah, on that 3-base economy, all he's got to do is hold on a little bit, and he'll be in a good position. But Carter has a lot of roaches. No upgrades just yet coming into play for either player. Oh, and again, he's going to be able to pull him back to the base. Man, these run-bys from Pinecone are just deadly. Carter choosing to split off his units and send a little bit in, but little does he know, those are going to get completely destroyed by the amount of forces Pinecone has. But we have full vision of the map, so...
Yep, he does come into this 3rd. We'll have to see, as there is no roaches or anything like that in position. They will make their way over there, but probably going to pick up a queen for his troubles at least. But this is truly fantastic from Pinecone, man. Like, the way he's been able to keep Carter on his side of the map. Carter finally realizing, like, hey, man, I can split my units here and maybe try and find some damage. So good on him.
Yeah.
But I cannot stress enough, every Zerg in the chat, please take note. You don't have to do, it's not about the damage, it's about buying yourself time, because Pinecone really has made a transition from Ling to Roach almost seamlessly just off the back of his Ling harass.
Yeah, exactly. And it was only, what, like 8 Lings at a time? So, I mean, it's a bit of minerals, but in the grand scheme of things, you can lose that if it prevents a game-ending attack from marching across the map. So, as you said, that was money from Pinecone. I do like this decision from Carter, though, in getting a bunch of Ravagers and trying to deal with these Overlords.
Yeah,
shit,
I totally
Aspire,
agree,
though.
man. And they're going to be able to siege. I mean, yeah, this Aspire, it is a very good counter to this. But, you know, getting out those units, it takes time, it takes money, and the Ravager Roach could just push across the map. But I love the Ravager choice, being able to siege the, you know, Pinecone's roaches.
Yep, absolutely. And Pinecone liking Ravager choice as well, as he morphs in a bunch on his own, too. So he'll have that going for him. And he's choosing to make a couple mutas, but only 2 are popping out right now. But really, the story here is these run-bys, man. Pinecone is just sending in these little packs of lings and just doing insane amounts of damage. But more importantly, locking down Carter and preventing him from moving out. So,
yep.
What a crazy-ass game, man.
I know, dude. We'll have to see. Carter doesn't really have the gas to go muta. Did he just build a fat round of him? He built...
I saw 2 pop out. I don't know about a fat round. Let's check unit tab. So Carter has none.
Yeah, so he's building 1, and he's sitting on not a whole lot of gas right now. So I'm not sure that mutas are the best decision. I think ultimately, probably transitioning into him is probably going to be pretty good. But he needs to make sure that his gas goes down. He's not going to be able to supply the gas he needs.
Yeah, and he did do a fat round of drones, but these constant ling run-bys are just killing him right now, man. He really needed to either get some damage done of his own or prevent those, but they just keep poking in here and getting a couple of drones each time. But like
they saw the mutas on that one, too, which is a huge deal.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. So Carter now has 5 mutas. I don't know if really that's enough to really do that much damage. I think he's going to try to be more of an annoyance than anything else. Follow Micro saying intense game. Yeah, dude, this is nuts. Like, people hate on ZVZ a lot as a mirror matchup, but I love ZVZs like this. Like, you can't tell me this shit isn't an intense game.
Yep.
How could you hate on this? Like, I don't get it, man.
So there are, you know, like you said, those mutas are being super annoying. He's doing a good job of sniping the Ravagers. This is exactly what you want to do. And even every, you know, 1 by 1 as he reinforces the mutas, that really helps. But there is a huge army from Pinecone, and it would just absolutely decimate Carter's if, you know, in a one-on-one fight if they met head-on.
And it looks like that's about to happen. Carter has a couple biles going for him, and those mutas constantly picking off roaches in the back. So it's not all over yet, but this is going to be an uphill battle for him. Oh, he needs those biles. Oh, he needed those biles to land, but they were dodged from Pinecone, and now I don't know that Carter's going to be able to clean this up. Sure, he has the mutas, but that's not going to be enough to deal with this roach forces. Oh, and +1/+1 just finished up.
Takes some bad biles, though, man, and I got to say, these mutas are reigning supreme up in the air. As you said, the roaches the Ravagers eventually go down, and these roaches are continuing. Small ling. I love this, man. They're just chasing some drones over here.
Oh, shit. It's all fun and games till the drones get pulled, dude. We got drones versus roaches right here on the Nydus. Jesus.
18 of these going down. Are there spores down? It looks like there are for Pinecone, so at least he's going to be able to, you know, hold against these mutas for a little bit. Is there a Hydra dead down?
Yeah, he's pumping a lot of Hydras right now. We got a bunch in production. I think like 12 just popped, and we got 4 more behind this, so I think he has enough to deal with Carter's mutas. Carter's going to go into straight ling run-by mode, and it's like the tables have now turned, dude, where Carter's just going to try to poke in here, get as much, like, Jesus, this game is crazy. But it is worth noting that it's 27 drones to 56. I mean, that kind of tells the story. But Carter's
going to be able to pick off muscular augments, man. This is going to be pretty big. Nice transfuse is coming down on that, but unfortunately it will die. Maybe, hold on. Oh my god.
I don't know what's going to happen.
Wait, it's going to die. Wait. And it dies. But it had to trade out a good amount of mutas for those. That wasn't really a trade that I'm sure Carter would have liked. By the way, at the 4th, these lings are just running absolutely rampant. I think they're actually going to take this down.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to follow. I didn't see the mutas poke in, but you were calling it out good enough that I felt like we didn't need to see it, man. We were there just through your voice. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, he is going to... Oh, come on. It's so close.
Come on, dude. Oh my god. Oh my god. 15 health, man. Absolutely brutal. But there are more links streaming across right now. Just needs a couple of hits. By the way, there are mutas still poking in at the main, but nothing too crazy. I think it's actually going to go down. They're just going to come attack it, and that's going to die.
Yep. He's like, okay, yeah. He's like, screw it. I don't care if it costs me a couple lings. I am going to get that base down. So, yeah, Carter's starting to look a little better, I guess. But you still have to factor in the fact that he's down 40 drones. 40. Yep, I'm bad at math, but I'm pretty sure that that's what we're looking at here, and that's a pretty big deal. And there's now enough Hydras to deal with all of these mutas, so he won't really be able to find as much damage with that. Carter needs to go into full-blown production here and just try to hold the inevitable push that's coming, I think. Yep. So
I think honestly, and one more muta does go down, so every muta is so important here. But honestly, I think Pinecone would be in his best interest to just move across the map right now. He's got a decent enough lockdown on these mutas. It'd be nice to get his 4th base, but ultimately, okay, even more going down. I think he should just A move and hope that he wins, because Those no, those mutas are just gonna continue to pester and be annoying.
Yeah.
But there's no real damage they're gonna find, you know.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I mean, there's enough spores at all of his bases. It's not like he's gonna lose any mineral lines to him or anything. So yeah, I'm with you. It's gonna be more of an annoyance on overlords as like Carter's doing right now. But yeah, I'm kind of with you there. Maybe he should just put his cards on the table and march and just see how it rolls out. But the one thing he has going for him is that +1/+1 finished up, as I said earlier. So he kind of had that little bit of a timing that he acted on earlier. But that's gonna come into a huge play here because Carter doesn't have any upgrades just yet.
Yep. Like there is a good amount of Ravagers and some Banelings too, so this could have money shots on the Hydras. But if Pinecone does decent splits, or if he gets his Roaches out in front, it's going to pretty much nullify those Banes.
Yep, and Baneling speed is not done either, so it's really hard to make good connections with slow Banelings, especially when they're full of Roaches. But it looks like we have our final engagement. Carter's feeling froggy with his Bios, and he might have this, dude. I was questioning it there in the beginning, but Carter's able to split up all the DPS of Pinecone with these Bios, man. I think Carter might clean this shit up. Oh, no.
Yep. So
I called it wrong again.
Yeah, unfortunately, Carter does get cleaned up, but you make a good point that there was more Roach Ravager around, but the Hydra DPS is just too much. And really, what's going to, I think, be the kind of decider here is that, so many it's a huge drone difference, man. Carter's doing his best to reinforce, but Pinecone is just going to be able to outlast him as far as monies goes.
Yeah, absolutely. And Pinecone is making the push towards Infestors as well. He's getting burrow, so they'll be burrowed as soon as they pop out. And they're going to pop out with increased energy. So this should be pretty crazy when these Infestors hit. If he can just hold on to then. And given his upgrade advantage, I think he should be able to. But Carter saw this fourth, and I'd imagine he's going to try to push into that.
Yep, absolutely, man. So he does have decent positioning on that, but it does look like, oh man, Pinecone kind of moving out of position here. So oh man, and Carter's moving in. This could definitely be a sacked fourth and a good amount of drones going down.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Carter should be able to completely clean up this fourth by the time Pinecone can even get over anything to deal with it. I don't know if Carter will take this fight, though. He doesn't know about those Infestors. We do, So he's got to see him here in a minute. I highly doubt. Oh, look at how many are burrowed behind it. Holy shit, I didn't even see all those. I thought it was just the 2 unburrowed, but those are just like the teaser.
Yep,
oh, man.
Yep, absolutely, man. There is a ton of them, and I think Pinecone is going to be feeling saucy enough to make his move out now, getting a small fungal growth. Carter trying to do a Ling run by, but I don't think Pinecone should fall for this. This, just let it, get your reinforcements to fight that. You may take some units, but now is your time to go, dude. You have that tech advantage. Fungal growth is just going to absolutely decimate Carter if he's not paying attention.
Yeah, and I think it was so smart to keep those Infestors hidden the whole time because Carter knows there's a couple, but I don't think he knows there's like 12 or whatever ridiculous count Pinecone has right now, so.
Yep, Overseer going down too, so no ability to scout those. The fungals are just going to reign absolutely supreme here. And I think Pinecone is going to be able to take this.
Yep, that +1/+1 kicked in, man, and combined with those fungals, Pinecone just had him beat. And Pinecone will take game number 1 of the semifinals. Man, what an intense-ass game, though. How can you hate on ZVZ, dude? That shit was nuts.
I really like it. So map number 2 is Daybreak. That was a good game, man. Yeah, you're right. That was a ZVZ. I love Roach Hydra ZVZ. Like, Ling Bane, Muta can get kind of, but Roach Hydra is usually damn good, man.
Yeah. That was a fun-ass game, man. I'm really glad that we got to see that. So let me get everyone going into our next map. It will be Daybreak, and we'll see what this ZVZ has in store for us next time. If Pinecone... Okay, he's asking for a 1-minute break.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's totally interesting.
No! You hold it!
Do we want to use this opportunity to... have we gotten in touch with the Showmatch people?
Yeah, these guys are consummate professionals, ready to roll already.
Nice.
Huge shout out to both of our GM players that are going to come play on our channel tonight. We've also changed the format too, so this is kind of relevant. We used to pay $10 to the winner, and now we're going to offer $5 to the loser too on top of that. So there is a bit of an incentive to come out and get destroyed, say, versus like Pili Pili or something. So the reason we didn't do that originally is because we were funding this all out of our own pockets. But now that we got some generous people donating us, we have the opportunity to kick up that funding. So yeah, we chose to do so. So either way, one of these players will walk away with $5, and whoever wins tonight will get $10. But I just wanted to throw their streams up on channel, so you can go ahead and follow them. All right. So as soon as Pinecone gets back from the bathroom, we'll jump into this game number 2 of this series.
I'm hyped, man.
I'm pretty excited, man.
I know, right? It's been good so far. Both these players, I mean, like I said, I hadn't seen too much of Pinecone. I've seen his printing stream and stuff. So, but I honestly didn't know the dude was Diamond 1. So it's been awesome, man. This has been the first that I've seen of him in the Nydus, and I mean, obviously Carter's a macro style Zerg, so I feel pretty cool that we're seeing some macro style games.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like Pinecone was kind of sleeping on us and not letting us know like how good he was. He hangs out in all of our streams all the time, but I didn't know the dude was a monster. These have been some really good games for him.
Yep, absolutely, man. So it looks like he is ready. Carter is ready.
Everybody ready. All right, so we're coming into game number 2 of this series, which will be on Daybreak.
Do you like this map?
Nah, I don't. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of torn. I like it better than some of the maps I veto, but I do have this one vetoed currently. My vetoes change all the time, but yeah, I don't really like how much open space there is for all kinds of like drops, and like keeping the third is kind of a pain in the ass on the. I don't know. It's just not my favorite, I guess. So
that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
How do you feel about it?
I don't really like it. I'm not a huge fan.
I love it. I can drop Marines all over the place and just pick. No, I'm just kidding.
6-prong drop. By the way, flashing update, guys. News date. Ward actually just made it into the finals.
Nice. Congratulations, good sir. So who fell for him to get there? Refresh my memory.
Hype, actually.
Okay, man, this is gonna be what? That guarantees a TVZ finals, right?
Yep. TVZ,
all right, awesome.
Baby.
Yeah.
All right, well, so I believe we still got to introduce these players.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so our pink Zerg player currently up 1 game in this best of 3 series. Currently teamless. It is Pinecone.
And his opponent, a regular OG of the Nydus. First place in making the finals. Most number of finals appearances, probably. Aww. I know, right? But one of these times he's going to get it, and this may be the time, man, but he needs to find a way back. It is the Blue Zerg from Clan Just, Carter.
Yep. I need him to win. At this point, I need Carter to win as much as Carter needs him to win. But no bias here, man. Pinecone is the shit also, and the games that he's put on today, he's deserving of a win as well. So Carter just has the story going for him. Everyone probably wonders why we bring it up all the time. The dude's made it to semifinals like, what, 4 or 5 times now? No exaggeration. So
no, the dude I definitely know has made the finals, if not the semifinals, if not the finals, the most amount of times. Like, if it was like most Super Bowl appearances, it's fucking Carter, dude. Like,
we need to come up with little stats like that, dude. That would just add a little bit more. So
if anybody in chat really loves doing stats, man, let us know, because we might have a deal for you.
Yeah. So Kaye saying I played bad, I lost versus Pinecone. No, man, I thought you played really good games, dude. You lost, but that doesn't mean you played bad necessarily. So I think you did good. That second game, I think you just took the third a little bit too early and got bopped for it. But shit, who hasn't done that in StarCraft? That's pretty much the nature of every game I've played. So
yeah, man, for sure. So it looks like Carter gonna go ahead and pick up +1 melee. I believe this is gonna time out pretty well, where we'll see speed come up and a Baneling Nest come up, and all of these will hit at a very similar time: +1 melee, speed, and the Baneling Nest.
Yep.
And Carter's probably gonna go for a big Ling Bane attack.
Yep. So Micro saying Pinecone is the king of Ling run-bys. He does very well with watching his army, even with the harass. Yeah, I got to agree there. And the point made was he was doing those Ling run-bys, and he had the game awareness to leave those Hydras up right where the Mutas were going to poke in. So as soon as the Mutas came in to try to do a little bit of damage, bam, they were met instantly with Hydras and took losses immediately. So, like, yeah, it's just a small little thing, but, I mean, he obviously knows how to play this game pretty well. So...
Yep, and there we see the Baneling Nest going down from Carter. Speed is just about a third the way done. In that Pinecone space here, his speed is about 3/4 the way done. A little bit later on the evolution chamber as it's just about to finish up, but he does have a spine crawler, which should help him hold.
Yep. Early streams with the follow. Thank you very much, sir. That is one of our GM show match players tonight. Go ahead and hit him with the follow if you want to see GM level Terran and Protoss play. It should be noted that the dude is GM in 2 races, which I've always had mad respect for. So
yeah, man, that is awesome.
Yeah.
That's
so thank you for
pure
the follow.
Fucking skill.
yeah, absolutely. Like, you're twice as good as me in 2 like, it sucks. But yeah, thank you for the follow, and everyone go hit him back if you want to see a GM Terran and Protoss. But back to this game. Pinecone's taking that early third, and given that we know Carter's build, that's going to come in to bite him in the ass, because Carter's going to finish up +1/+1 speed and then drop Banes at about the same time, just because we've seen this build from Carter. So Pinecone needs to really hang on here, or he's going to be in a bad way.
Yeah, I love this build. I mean, a couple seasons ago, probably 2 seasons ago, I kind of like started playing a lot of Terran and switched to Terran. But I talked to Carter, and he did show me this build when I was playing a lot of ZVZs back in the day. And it's just really, really strong, man. It's even very good, too. I mean, it's great against Lings, obviously.
Oh, these Banes!
I know, right?
Oh, I needed that Bane hit.
Oh, big Baneling hit there, dude. Exactly what Carter needed. Getting these drones, too, is very nice. But the Lings are starting to clear out now.
Cleaning up those Lings alone was money, but coming in here and getting up, what, 11 drones so far is huge. And even if he pulls back right now, that was a lot of damage. And he's going to be able to come in behind this because he's not making any drones. And that +1 is about to is already finished up for Carter, but it's about to finish up for Pinecone. So I don't know, man. I don't even know how to call this game. Like, this is going to be a nuts ZVZ now. Carter went for the dive, and unfortunately, he couldn't seal the deal right there. So now he's got to deal with a 3-base Zerg. So.
Yep. And he is trying to build. The sheer number of Banes here is pretty large. So it looks like he is going to be able to pull Pinecone back.
Yeah, I do like this, though. With 3 Lings, he completely prevented the attack. I mean, that's pretty awesome right there. So.
Honestly, that's been like the showcase of this particular Nydus, is people using whatever they can to delay pushes, you know?
Please don't attack me. Here's 5 Lings.
Yeah,
like,
and it's been working, too.
Yeah,
like, for every single person who does it. Like,
just a little offering. Like, here, take this as a distraction, please.
I know, right?
But if Pinecone doesn't pay attention, these Bane's hits are going to be massive. Carter's got him trapped, it looked like. Okay, so he...
He does, dude.
Yeah.
That was an amazing wraparound.
Dude.
I mean, it wasn't a full-on stopped him on the bridge, but it allowed small numbers of Lings to get bunched up and take unfortunate Baneling shots. And I think with that, Carter may be able to just move across the map here, man.
Yeah, and even though the +1 is negated from the +1 armor, it's just too much. Carter was out here to try to tie the series up, and it looks like he just did so. Another 8 drones being killed by Banes alone, and he should be able to put... Oh... Whew, that was a good pickup right there, too. I'm trying to follow all these Bane hits, but they're just all over the place, man. I gotta say, Carter is looking in a very, very good position right now, as it's 24 drones to 13. So I'd imagine we're going to see another huge round of Banes, and then that should be all she wrote for Pinecone. But if he could have pulled off that 3rd base, he would have won the game, man. So I'm not trying to speak ill of him or anything.
No, it was a nice risk, man. You know, you gotta try it, and if you get away with it, I mean, the advantage from it is massive, right? You know. But Carter it's not a build order win, because at any point Carter could have backed off of building Lings, but really nice game sense from him to really just keep the gas down and lay it on thick for Pinecone.
Yep, absolutely. Maybe Pinecone is a Smurf. Yeah, no. He's a good guy. He's been with the Nydus for a long time now. I think he's just playing like a monster game, dude. I didn't know he was Diamond 1, but he's playing a monster game. Carter taking it, though, tying up the series, man. What a hell of a series.
I know, right? It's been 2 really good ZVZ games. Like, I mean, that was a little bit early gamey, but still, like, I feel like it was... really well played.
It is ZVZ. I mean, come on. Like, who are we joking here? It was inevitable to have a Ling Bling game at least once. Hopefully, they don't both respond right here with like a 12 pull or something. Like, I don't know. We'll see how this game goes, given that this one advances to finals. So, this is for all the points right here. Potentially some money. So yeah, it's gonna be Habitation Station though. I don't even know, man. This map is just nuts. Like, for a ZVZ too. Like, Jesus. It would be Habitation Station. Like, shit, man. I'm spooky. Okay, that's not applicable. That's not applicable.
I know, right? By the way, we got 51 people tuning in. You guys are awesome, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. We are like ramping up for the show match and the finals, man. So get hyped. Let us know who you want to see in the finals between these 2 players, man. Go ahead and do the introductions.
All right, let me go ahead and tie it up on the old scoreboard real quick, and we will get right to it. Our blue Zerg player in the top right-hand corner of the map, tied in this series from Clan Just X, it is Carter. And
his opponent, tearing his way through the bracket, the very first time we've seen him or casted him, a good friend of the Nydus and donator, the Pink Zerg, it is Pinecone.
Absolutely, man. What a monster.
Intros are getting so good, dude.
Yeah, you feel good about that one?
Like, I mean, I'm not going to lie. The WWE called me, and they're like, hey, man, the fucking dude, we need a new announcer. And
yes.
I was like, nah, I got this good thing going with Turd Circler, guys. Sorry.
Sorry, guys. StarCraft passion. Oh, shit. I was making jokes earlier, but we have a bit of a... Well, I wouldn't say it's early, but I don't know. Pinecone might just do the old 1-base flood, dude. It's too early to call it, but Carter took his natural.
Yep, and Carter is pretty damn good. So if he does get his pool down at a decent time here, there is a shot that he has of holding this. The pool for Pinecone is only about halfway done. The gas is up now, though. He is going down to take his natural, so...
I didn't even consider this till Nicky B. Red just said it in chat, or Ward, I guess. We'll just call him Ward because that's what he's entered in the tournament as. But he just said it has the potential to be a Just X Finals. I didn't even consider that. But yeah, if Carter pushes through, it's going to be a Clan Just team kill either way. Interesting.
Yeah, the old team kill finals, man. And I think the most important storyline here, guys, that Carter has once again made the finals, and will he be able to take it, man? I don't know. You're just a fucking Grinch if you don't want Carter to win the Nydus, man. Like, he's got to do it,
He's got to get there, though. Yeah, he's got to get there. I don't know. Pinecone is a pretty big opponent. It's not like he's just on his way. So we'll have to see who can push it out here, man. I'm pretty excited to see how this is going to go down. And given that both players took a natural and we're not just going to get a straight up like Ling Flood, I'm pretty excited to see where this is headed.
Oh yeah, man. So Pinecone, I believe, like you said though, I don't see like many Lings coming out. I'm not sure if he dropped that early pool just to be super defensive.
Yeah.
We see a couple of Lings being built now, but I mean, it should be, if they moved across the map, I mean, it should be late enough for Carter to at least have his own units, you know?
Yeah, before the ZVZ gets going too crazy, Shadowbite's asking in chat if this is a best of 5 or a best of 3. This is a best of 3, so the show match is up immediately following this game. But we will probably go on like a 4-minute break just so you guys can log in and get ready and everything. But yeah, Early and Shadow, I think I've seen you both in here. You guys are basically up after this game in a very, very small break. So thank you guys for participating and all that shit. I just wanted to throw that out there before this gets into full-blown ZVZ and stuff.
You think you're faster than SpookyBot?
Oh shit, did SpookyBot already handle it?
2 comments down, man.
Oh man, yeah, my bad. I'm over here trying to observe and cast and talk and like I don't know. I'm not really meant to.
It's a good segue, man. I mean, to be honest with you, we kind of have just a little bit of a lull here. Like, seriously, a big thank you to both of our admins, anybody who jumps in to answer questions in chat, even if you're not, like, directly associated with us or, like, adminning for us or whatever. People who answer all those questions in chat and put out links to people's streams, all that shit, man. Thank you guys very much for making all this run so smoothly.
Yep. Very much, very much. Both players have a roach worn down, too, so I don't think it's been scouted. It may have been scouted for both players. I'm trying to see here. All right. Carter going with the +1 melee though.
Indeed, sir.
Or, sorry, +1. Yeah, the other one. I'm fucking retarded. Missile attacks.
+1 range.
Yeah,
we're
for his roaches.
Try to like combine those words like melee missile. Missile.
Spooky just sold out Shadowbites to registered nerd. That's fucking hilarious. They're guilty, Spooky.
Right?
I love you for doing it,
I know,
but
right?
I'm pretty sure.
SpookyBot occasionally runs itself into walls.
Yeah, he's crazy. I love the passion though, man. He's the most passionate StarCraft fan I've ever seen in my life. Dude.
Absolutely, man. Spooky, big shout out to him in particular for always pimping out the Nydus, making it so that we don't have to whore ourselves out.
Yeah, seriously. But Pinecone taking that gold, man, and it's gonna go unscouted for a pretty long time because Carter doesn't have anything headed that way at all. So we got to keep an eye on that here in the future.
Face is coming out of Pinecone, man. When this is like game match point for going into the finals. Like we are seeing balls of steel, fellas.
Holy shit, this is like Riser level of balls, dude. Is that 2 meta or no? I'm just kidding.
That's for sure. 2 weeks is good, dude. Then it becomes a meme. It goes from meta to meme.
All right, cool. But yeah, so Carter's going to time up his +1/+1, and it should finish up at the exact same time. But Pinecone should see this, and the difference is Carter has no idea that the most greedy player on Earth is his opponent right now, as the man took 4 bases in a ZVZ. Holy shit.
I know, right? Carter is probably, just waiting for his +1 to finish, as he is, I believe, still building drones. It doesn't look like... Okay, some roach is coming out now. This is crazy, dude. I can't believe he just he's sitting on the gold too, so he's got a nice advantage there as far as eco.
Maybe he feels like that's why he could cover it. Like, oh, if I get the gold, then that 4th base is really only like a 3rd. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Though, like, yeah.
I think this is also pretty good too because it's like, it's really just like you go mine the gold for as long as you're allowed. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe it dies instantly and you don't do anything, and maybe you can sit here and mine it out like he is. But if it ever gets attacked, you can just take your drones and move them down to the 3rd, and you essentially just lose the base for larva, but you still have an active 3rd. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. And Carter still doesn't know. Okay, so Carter has to know about the 3rd because he saw the creep, but he still doesn't know about the really important one, and that's the gold over here. That's almost fully saturated. So. He needs to kind of find out about that really quick, or he's going to be in a really tough spot here.
I think Pinecone just has to make sure that he has enough units to handle this particular push coming out from Carter. And he's gonna be fucking golden, dude. Like,
Get it? Because of the gold base? Oh, you punny motherfucker. No, I'm just kidding.
oh my god, I'm so deep in the puns
Oh,
right
God.
now. I don't even know I am the pun.
No, but you're right. It's literally that simple. Hold this push, you win the game. You have 4 bases and gold, and Carter still doesn't know about that gold yet, man. He has to know from creep that there's a third out, but Jesus, this is just unfortunate for Carter. The balls of steel move paid off for Mr. Pinecone.
And Carter is moving across the map now, but Pinecone's army, just like you said, is starting to get big enough to where I think it could even, at least maybe not kill it straight up, but contest it while reinforcements come in. And there's a good amount of lings here too. So if Carter moves across the map and isn't paying attention with his roaches, he could just get a ling run by that just destroys him on top of this. And Carter cannot afford being down a base to lose any sort of economy against Pinecone.
Oh man, exactly what you were talking about is about to happen here. As Carter's moving across the map and has nothing to really contest this, he probably can cancel this third and close up that wall and be alright against these lings. Yeah, okay, so exactly as we said it. Man, I'm getting good at this, Giggle. No, I'm just kidding. But the real question is...
I am the Oracle.
Oh, he can't clean this up, dude. Pinecone just got away in macro, dude. He's gonna get a straight roach sandwich.
Oh my god, dude. Very nice. And the lings are just going to come in and distract the targeting from Pinecone. And I'm sure Carter is panicking a little bit now. I don't even know if he knows about the other, the gold base or whatever. So he may just think this is standard third, but he is really far behind.
Yeah, I don't think he knows that, man. I'm going to have to go out on a limb here and say that he does not, because he'd have to kill it at this point, right? Holy shit. He's pulling all of his drones, all of his... We are seeing the most all-in a player has ever gotten on the Nydus. I'm so fucking hyped for this.
Fucking cocking back and throwing for the fences, dude.
Jesus.
Like, holy Jesus. Fucking Pinecone's like, oh, what?
Yeah, he's like, wait, what? Did I just see every drone you have? Yes, Pinecone, you did just see every drone Carter has. He even uprooted the spine cone, dude.
I know, right? Why not send the overlords too, dude? Like, just to mess up the targeting.
Shit. Yeah, exactly. Like, why not at this point, dude? Oh, I think Carter's starting to get wise to the gold. Granted, it was way, way too late, but he's just now finding out about it. This is about as all-in as it goes. Drones crashing into lings, roaches firing off against roaches. And, oh, like that, GG is called, and Pinecone will advance into finals.
Dude, I fucking love it though. Losing with style. Carter just